Hello, my creative friends. Jessica Sanders here of ColorMeCreativeArt.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I have for you an awesome sort of unboxing of my Chameleon Pens supply haul. So, super excited here. As you may already know, I am on the Chameleon 2017 design team. I am super excited about that. I get to make some really fun free projects for them and for you, because if you hop over to their blog, you get the instructions and a beautiful step out that I've made completely free of how to make the projects using Chameleon pens and other lots of fun products. A lot of them are mixed media projects, so we might use distress inks and oxides, watercolor, all kinds of things, plus the beautiful Chameleon supplies. So I'm super excited about that. I want to thank Chameleon Pens for sending me these amazing supplies. I am super excited. I already have a big supply of pens. So here's the thing. I have a big supply of pens. In fact, here they are, that I bought for myself because I just love these pens. See all these luscious, beautiful colors. But what I did was I bought them in sets, like blue tones and floral tones and neutral tones, or rather skin tones. So I didn't really have a complete set of Chameleon pens. So they were nice enough to send me these to kind of round out what I have. This is not all of the pens, but it's quite a few. So they sent me the primaries, and it's really cool because, let's see, I've already opened this one, so let me open this one because I want to show you. They're a little bit difficult, which is good to prevent theft, but anyway. So they have a tab, just cut it. The plastic on the outside is really hard, really protects the pins, so you really kind of have to work to get that open. All right. Look at those amazing colors. And then when you open up the packaging and you pull the pins out, you can't just pull one pin out. They're taped together. So it's really easy to get that little piece of tape off. And then there's another one here across the middle. Take that off. And then your pins are ready to go. Okay, so I didn't have any of the pastel set. I'm going to try that out in just a minute because I love those are going to be really soft colors. I don't have any of these colors until now. Haha. Okay, and then I have also the primaries, which I did not have the primaries, and I've already opened these, but I'm just going to take them out so you can see. Now I have a black, which I did not have in the Chameleon pens, and all these lovely red, yellow, blue, green. Perfect, just what we need. Let me see, I'm trying to set these all around here. And then also in the packaging, you always get this beautiful box. I love this box, the logo. Always get two extra of the two extra nibs of the Japanese super soft brush nibs, because those do wear out pretty quickly. A great set of instructions. And I may have actually shown this before in another video I did when I first got some of my other Chameleon pens, but great instructions in multiple languages, and fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to set these boxes aside and continue on. So the next thing, they sent me also some extra nibs because I'm going to be using their pens a lot. So I'm really happy about that. I'll be doing a future video changing out the nibs, because actually in some of my older markers that I've had for, you know, a year and a half or something, I really need to change a couple of nibs out. So I'm going to do a nib change, and I also have some refill ink. I haven't even opened this box yet. Got my scissors because I don't want to struggle through the packaging. They really are well packaged. Everything is like sturdy in the packaging. Makes me have confidence. Okay, so I've got a syringe. I didn't even know this came with all of this. This is sort of a felt pad, which tends to work good with alcohol inks. Oh, a small needle tip for the bottle and instructions. And wow, what a nice bottle of refill ink. That's quite a bit of ink. I don't know if you can see. This is 25 milliliters, 0.84 ounces. So that's a nice sized bottle of ink. That's one thing that's great about these pens, is that you never really have to replace the pens, because you can get the refill ink, you can get the nibs, and you're set. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Put all this back in here. I haven't done a refill yet, and so I don't know yet how to do it. So let me set that aside over here. And I haven't replaced any nibs yet, as I said. Okay, so the other thing I'm pretty excited about is a detail pen. I'm going to use all of these in just a minute, but I just wanted to get them all unboxed first. I've already opened this and looked at it. It also comes with instructions, like, whoa, it tells you the size of the nib, and it tells you where you can go to find instructions and videos and things like that. So nice. Now, like I said, I did already open this pen, so I already know that I'm super excited, because I had no idea that the nib, that they had such a fine nib. I thought, from what I had seen earlier, that it was a little bit bigger, and so I'm really super excited about that. And then the bigger nib is a nice size nib, so yeah. All right. Gonna get some great line quality out of that. Let's do some scribbles. So you can definitely see the difference in the... Oh, I'm not holding more vertically, by the way, guys. Okay, that's just me playing with it a little bit. And as always, one of the nibs has the gray around it, so you can tell which one's which. In this case, it happens to be the 0.4 millimeter nib has the gray. It's the smaller nib, which is fitting, because on these pens, the gray is the bullet nib. I'm sorry. Scratch that. The gray is the brush nib, always the brush nib. And the bullet nib, I haven't opened these pens yet, you can tell. And the bullet nib is the black end. So that fits that the detail pen, the smaller is that, because this is more like a bullet nib. It's not at all the same thing, but anyway, those are my random thoughts on that. Okay, so detail pen, also going to set that up here. And then I have the blender pen, the colorless blender, which I have learned in alcohol markers, a blender pen is not really for blending at all. It also has the brush nib and bullet nib. So there's the brush, super soft Japanese brush nib, and that is the bullet nib. And there also has the gray, so you know where the brush nib is. That's really nice. Okay, I really like that. And it has these nice instructions. It shows you how to use the blender pen to lighten, to push the ink back into the lines if you've made a mistake, or to create textures and things like that. And I think I'm going to be having an upcoming video on just how to use the blender pen. I think the name in the alcohol ink marker world of the blender pen is a little bit confusing. Because when I think of blending, I don't think of what this pen does. Okay, so last but not least, and what I am super extra specially excited about, and I took the label off of this box so you wouldn't know what was in it. All right, this is what I'm really super excited about. I love the other stuff, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But this is fabulous, because this is brand new. And here we go. I'm opening this box. I love how they have the flat black and the shiny. the pencils, the Color Tones pencils. Woohoo! Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? And look at this box. Now I have already opened this box once. And it opens out, and I need to break it in a little bit. Kind of have to break in the box just a little bit to get it to sit where it's supposed to. It does have magnets here to hold it down. So let's see, can you see how magnificent these are? Every pencil has a color coordinated second color. They're all double-ended with two colors to go perfectly together for, of course, blending, because what does Chameleon do best except blending and color gradations? Oh my goodness. So, wow, I'm super excited to get to start using these. So I'm going to do just a quick, I'm going to use one pen, I'm going to try out a pencil, and I'm going to show the blender pen a little for the rest of this video. But basically, aren't these super cool? Are you as excited as I am? Like, these just came out in April. Like brand new product right here. I'm addicted to products, I admit it. I'm addicted to art products. I love them. So super excited about these. And let me just move this over here so I have room to color here. Okay, so I have the pencils, and I printed out from the Chameleon website these cute little fish that they have. This is actually in the learning section of their website. They have a whole set of lessons you can do to learn how to use the color tone pens. Pretty soon they're going to have one to do the pencils, but for now they have it just for the pens. And this is a free printable page you can get. So yeah, if you wanted to try that out, it's a fun way to learn the pens, and they tell you all the techniques, how to change the nibs, everything you need to know to take care of them. So I'm going to use this. Now I'm going to use, maybe I should color with two. Maybe I should color with, I want to use the pastel because I haven't even, I haven't used any of the pastels yet at all. I have not used these at all. So I'm going to try this PK3. And I'm going to use the brush nib. Now when you first get these, the nibs are a little stiff, so just color with them a little bit. Turn it, color it, and that'll loosen it up a little bit. That's done intentionally to protect the nib before it gets shipped. Okay, and then to fuse, you just touch it together, flip it so that gravity can do its job, and wait. You can wait anywhere from 3 seconds to 15 seconds to longer, depending on how much space you have to color. And also, the intensity of the color in the marker makes a difference. So if you're using a dark marker, such as this fuchsia that I used here on this fish, you need to fuse longer because the ink is going to come back stronger faster. So always test. I always test. And I'm not trying to do the same thing there. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I want to do it this way. Hop over there and do that part. I always have to remind myself to slow down and to hold the pen more vertically. And I also try to follow the shape of the thing that I'm coloring. So this fish to me seems like it should be roundish and not flat. So I'm following that shape as I go and coloring. Wow, look how long of a blend I got with that just by holding that few seconds while I was talking to you. I'm just going to continue here and color the... Woohoo! Isn't that fabulous? Fabulous! Oh, I love that. That is such a nice soft color. I'm excited about that. Okay, and then let me do... I've been really curious about the red and how the crimson, how the primary red, which is crimson in this case. You guys like for me to use the billet nib? I'll do the bullet nib this time. Okay, so I'm going to fuse it. I'm wondering, you know, because my background is more painting and everything, so I'm just wondering, Is it going to look pink? I don't really know. I'm going to find out. That's why I'm doing this. So this is a dark color, so I'm letting it fuse quite a bit longer. Dark, dark, dark. And you notice I'm saving the pencils for last because super excited about that. Make sure those nibs are touching. Yeah, so I've been wondering about how the red would look, and I didn't finish my thought because I come from that painting background, and whenever you lighten red, if you lighten it with white, then of course you get not light red but pink. And so I think this is not going to be pink, but I'm just interested to see what color and what it would look like lightened. Okay, that's fused more than long enough. Let's do let's do from the middle because that sounds fun. I'm just going to do from the middle. Take my time, moving down, holding the pen more vertically. Yeah, I have a nice long fuse with that. What happens is when I'm talking to you, then I fuse longer than I realize because I've been talking to you. So that's pretty. Just going to fill that in a little more. That's a nice long blend. Okay, I'm going to fuse it a little bit more, and I'm going to go to the top. Just because it's fun. But not long because I had fused it such a long time before. I want it to go more dark for you. I want to go back to the original color. So the fuse time really does matter. And a lot of people are concerned and think, well, I think I would be really like bored or something. It's just a few seconds, guys. Like it really, like you don't even notice the time is going by. You're thinking about what you're doing. Where am I going to lay down this color? How am I going to layer it? I'm going to fuse again and do that tail. And yeah, so that's the thing. You notice I didn't fuse very long because I kind of want to match that color and blend that in. And then I'm going to do that. I got outside the lines there, but that's okay. It's going to get darker as it goes. Now the question is, what does this color look like? Because I didn't even test it before, so I don't even know. So that's the intensity of the color without being fused. So, you know, I might want to work on this a little bit more. What if I had some dots? I like how you can just layer these alcohol inks. And even though this is just one pen, it's the same color, right? Still looks really nice. Just you can still see it in the darker color because it just adds more ink. This fish might have measles. All right, it's super cute. Okay, and so I did get back to that original color, as you can see there from the bullet nib. All right, that was fun, guys. I have so much fun. You have no idea. Okay, now let's say I want to lighten something, because that's what blenders are for. They're for lightening. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stop there because that's a whole other lesson. But like if I go over this edge of this tail, I think you'll be able to see it lighten up. I'm going to just add in a little texture. And then I may have a little bit of that ink. I may have picked it up on my blending pen, but look, I didn't really. So I'm going to move that over. All right, so there's a whole lot of information we could talk about for these blending pens, but today I just want you to see it lightens. I still didn't pick up. Sometimes you will pick up that color, but this day apparently is not that day. All right, let's see. Let me color a bigger swatch for you. Quick. I'm going to use the bullet nib. In the instructions, they have like a little where you can see the grid that you made just by going over with the blending pen. Now I went kind of fast. If you go a little more slowly, you'll get a little bit more distinct lines. Let me hold that up to the camera so you can see it better. So, blender pen, it lightens. You can use it to push the ink around because that's the thing about alcohol inks. They move each other. Yeah, super cool. So I think you can see pretty well how that lightened up that blue. Woohoo! And you made a nice pattern. Okay, on to the pencils. I am ready to try out the pencils. I've only used it once. A little scratch page. I was kind of trying to... I wanted to try it, but I wanted to save fun for you. So I want to use... What color do you want me to use? Look at all these fabulous colors. Let's see. What do you think? I'm leaning toward purple. How do you feel about purple? Of course, I'm always up for blue, as being everything blue is my favorite. So but I'm going to do purple. I'm going to do this purple. Now these pencils are made in Austria, and it is a well-known fact that Austria makes the best pencils. So they are beautiful. They're labeled with the color names. This is Iris and the color number 1201, and Heather, which is the other end of the color, 1202. They're already sharpened, and they're made so you can flip them and blend. So let's just try it. Let's just try it. I am fairly new to colored pencils, but I think I've learned a little bit along the way. So we're just going to color a fish. I think I can zoom in a little bit here so you can see the fish a little bit better. I'm going to start with the light. I want to start with the dark, but I'm going to start with the light. And I'm just going to lay down a really light sort of base coat, if you put it in painting terms. And I'm going around that eye because I believe there's a bit of opaqueness to colored pencils. Typically, there's a lot of opaqueness. And I also think the key with colored pencils are layers. So if you want a really cool effect with colored pencils, then layers is the way to go. And so here we go. So I'm calling that my base color right there. Okay? And now I'm going to go back with the same color, and I'm just going to add another layer. And you can see already how beautiful that color is becoming. Wow. These really layer nicely. Like I can feel it going on really smoothly. It feels really smooth and nice. Don't mind me getting out of the lines. I tend to do that because I'm not an in the lines colorer. I learned that in 3rd grade when I did not win the art coloring contest, but I do enjoy coloring things with pencils and things like that. Now I'm not really putting a lot of pressure or anything like that. It's just kind of a light pressure for both layers. Really nice feeling. Super excited. And I'm concentrating, I think you can tell. Alright, so now that's my... I could put another layer, guys, and it would look, it would go, and it would look nice, and I could put on more pressure and kind of melt that wax in there. I may do that at the end, but now I'm going to flip it, and go to the other end of the fish. Woohoo! I can tell this is a second layer already. And also I like to color with the shape, just like with the pens. I like to color with the shape of what I'm coloring. So I love that point. I feel like it feels strong to me. Like I don't feel like it's going to break any second or anything like that. It feels good. Like I said, I'm not doing really hard pressure. Pretty light pressure. But I'm not doing super light touch either. My goodness, look at that blend together like that. It is seamless. Do you see that? That is seamless blend right there. Now, if you don't want any pencil marks at all, you can always go in little circles. Okay, so maybe I'll do that now. I'm going to go back over this dark with circles. There are lots of ways to use colored pencils. Circles is one of them. And I'm sort of using a little bit more pressure now with the circles. Going back over it. There comes a point when you're using colored pencils where the paper won't really take anymore. Now you might be interested to know that this is a Nina cardstock that is, I don't want to get it wrong, let me look. It is 67-pound vellum Bristol. So it has a little bit of tooth. It works great with the markers, and you can see it will take colored pencil, which is really nice. I'm going to add like a shadow down here. That sounds fun. And I still haven't flipped back again. I'm kind of taking it slow, testing out the tip and everything. All right, flip, flip, flip it good. Okay, sorry. You know I'm from the 80s, right? The color is perfect. Look at that. Like I can't even see where they overlap. Now I'm intentionally leaving some space here because I want that to be brighter and come toward your face a little bit. And again, this is that same light color. Maybe I'll put a little bit of dark here under the mouth. Flip it around. Hey, is this a fabulous fish or what? Like, I am super happy. All right. And of course, these pencils work great with the pens. Wow, look at that. I'm so happy. I want to keep coloring, guys, but I know I need to stop. Okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, I don't think, I cannot see where I blended that pencil, those two colors. Like, I can see that it goes from light to dark, but I can't see where I blend, like, that's fabulous. That is fabulous. All right. So when I'm making just something for myself and not specifically coloring, I tend to like switch back and forth. So I would do like, this is quick and dirty. Basically, I would do like an eye, say an eye. And if I wanted to do the pink, I am using this pastel color. PK3 Bubblegum is what it's called. I don't need to fuse very long because it's a really light color. I just want to color this eye really quick to show you kind of how I like to work back and forth. So I'll work back and forth with the pens and the pencils to get a lot of depth in what I'm doing. This is quick and dirty, and I'm not going to speed it up, so, you know, please realize I'm not trying to make amazing art right now. I'm just trying to show you how I work back and forth to get some fun effects. So I'm going to do like just super quick is what I'm going for. And I would work back and forth between, oops, be careful not to store your pens without the cover there. And so what would I work back and forth with for this? I would probably use this purple actually and add in some depth. Remember, this is quick and dirty, guys. I'm a little bit nervous doing this. Okay, and then I would draw in my... I would probably use a colored pencil like I am right now to draw in the iris. I mean the... It's not an iris, guys. It's a pupil, just so you know. Get your anatomy right. Okay, sorry. Thanks for not yelling at me. So I would use that, go back. That was the light color. I want to intensify that color. Go back more. Intensify. I'm kind of pressing now. This pink. Put that in there, kind of like that. Now I'm only using this too, so I would probably go back in actually with black. Hey, guess what? I have a detail pen now that I didn't have before. Woohoo! Right there. Okay. I'm going to put some little marks and dots in my eye. And actually I have a gray. I don't know what this gray color looks like. Ooh, that's kind of dark. Don't want dark. Let me intensify this pink just a little bit here at the top by making a layer. And I'm going to go right over that pencil. It doesn't bother me at all. And right into there. Alright, make sure that's clean, and it is. Go back to my gray. Hope you don't mind, guys. It's super vertically. You have to hold it vertically. I don't think I need to fuse very long now. Then I'm going to go in just to add some depth to that eye. And as it gets darker, right above the top, right over that. It's back to normal, yep. So I'm not going to finish the side, but I just want you to see. And then I've got my detail pen. So I want to use the thin to start with, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to go right over that pencil. No problem. And see, it creates a lot of depth by having all those layers. Kind of outline my iris there. Bring that black down a little bit. Add a little bit more in there. And then use the bigger nib to color it in. Now I often use a white Sharpie or white paint pen to add more highlights and things like that. So, and guess what? You can go back over your detail pen with your marker. So let me use this bullet nib. I'm going to add even more shadow here. Yes, it's pink shadow, but hey, it counts. And yeah, let me get my Sharpie. This one's kind of big, but it'll work. Add a little white. Sorry, my Sharpie's kind of big, guys. So there I have used detail pen, 1 Chameleon marker, plus Color Tones pencil, Chameleon Color Tones pencil, and so that's kind of how I work intuitively. I would go back and forth with all of the products, and they all work together. So yeah, I wasn't really planning on doing an eye there, but just since we were here and we were talking, and I just thought that would be cool. Do an eye, because I'm fascinated with eyes. And now I'm like, I can't stop. The gray is the fine tip. Wow, you get a nice line with that. Look at that. I tend to like to smear my ink, so it is maybe a little bit smudgeable. I don't know yet. Let me see. Is it smudgeable when it's still wet? A little bit, which is perfect because you just want that little bit of smudge just to take that edge off that line. Make it softer. Or at least I do. That's what I want. May not be what you want. All right, there we go. So, this lovely eye, quick and dirty, it's looking at you, kid. Here's looking at you. Okay, no, sorry. All right, so I hope you have enjoyed this fun playtime with my new Chameleon products, not projects. I am super excited. Look, this pencil feels so good. And look, you can do amazing things. So I love these products. Before I was a designer, I was recommending these pens. So I just want you to know that anything you see from me is going to be my opinion. It's going to be what I really think, and I will not be just making things up. I can promise you that. Because, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. If I don't like something, then I would have to tell you. But I'll be honest with you. I love these products. They're high quality. You saw how nicely they do. I mean, here's the thing. These pencils, Chameleon says, you know, they give you perfect blends. And guess what? It did. Look at that. It's seamless, just like the pens. Seamless blends. Look at that. The detail pen has a nice line and size. I am so excited, guys. I am so excited. I just want to keep going. See, I would use this pencil to color in a little bit more, make a little more shadow, add a little more depth. And this is just how I work. I just keep going until I'm happy with how it all works together. And yeah. I'm using the dark end of that pencil, but I could go back and use the light end and just soften that a little bit. Oh, picked up some of that Sharpie. Yeah, that's the danger of not waiting. Yeah. Okay, guys, as you can see, I would just keep going. So I'm going to say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please give me your questions below. I know this is a new product. I know it hasn't been used a lot in art journaling yet, but it's going to be. And I want to answer as many questions of yours as I possibly can about these pens. I am planning a series of mini demos where I'm going to do like super short videos that demonstrate just one thing that the pen about each of the kinds of pens, and there'll be more on that later, but that is my plan for now. I'm going to put this lovely pencil. Oh, by the way, I didn't show you this. They have their own space, so it's a nice, like, you get out 3 pencils and you're like, where does this pencil go? So you look, the one, it doesn't matter, the one I didn't have, this one. Well, I can have out 4, and I don't know where this pencil goes, but it's marked, so it has a number, 18. It shows this slot is 18. Woohoo! Love to stay organized, and you do have to break this in a little bit, but the box is really nice, so you can just have them all there, easy to grab, no problem. Okay, see, I kept going again. Sorry about that. So here's the deal. Thank you again for watching. I know I've said that like 3 times already. I'm going to leave the link below to the Chameleon blog so that you can see my first project that I did over there if you're interested. Also, I could leave the link to the training, the teaching segment that they have where you can get these lovely little fish and for free. Well, they're with the training. I don't know if the training is free or not, but yeah. Okay, so thanks again for watching, and I will see you soon with a project. Maybe with Chameleon pens, maybe with watercolor. I don't know yet. I'll see you soon. Leave me your questions. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that little bell if you want to hear more from me. Okay, thanks. Bye.